Hi guys. So kind of doing this with no script today, which is unusual for me because I usually tend to be like really methodical in what I say in my videos because I struggle a lot like to say the correct thing on a YouTube video. I feel really robotic at times. You should watch. I'd say you should watch. I'll never show it, but like the amount of takes I do just saying like "Hi guys, welcome to the music," all that kind of stuff. Um, how long have I been doing this now? I'd say about 3 years. For 3 years, I've been listening to independent music from artists, and it's been good. I started it during the pandemic. It was nice, It was nice to connect with other artists. I just started out by just offering my services. Just, do you mind if I do a video reaction to your songs? Yes, and then it kind of took off, and I thought, you know what? People are listening to me. I feel like I have some kind of say on, good music and what makes good music. So I started my services on Fiverr, which is great. People started, paying me money to listen to their music, and that was crazy too. I was like, there's no way I'm actually making money. It wasn't loads of money. It wasn't like something I could live off month to month. I have another job. I have a family, mouths to feed and stuff like that, especially my mouth. So yeah, but I've been doing it for about 3 years, and over the course of these 3 years, I've gained a reputation, and people come to me to get my advice, to listen, to have their songs listened to, and it's fantastic. It's brilliant, actually. I've created a small, tiny community. It's enough in the grand scheme of like YouTube itself. It's the smallest community, but it's a community I've built. I've had a YouTube channel since like 2008, and this YouTube channel used to have the weirdest videos on it. It had like a animated like stop motion Lego Simpsons thing. It was awful. I've got it on private on this channel, and I don't think I'll ever make it public again. But I keep it and watch it every now and then, and have a laugh. Me and my brother created it. It was a good time, and I would make like remixes on this channel. So I made like dubstep videos of remixes of Call of Duty, and that seemed to get quite a lot of views. But then I made those videos private when I first started my job. I felt like I didn't want to be found online, and then the pandemic hit, and I thought, you know what, forget about it. Probably will be found online. Everyone lives online anyway. So then I started this review channel, and it was going well. I wouldn't say it's taken off massively, and I think with the rise of so many other people being able to be online and post content, it's become a washed sea on YouTube, on TikTok, and everything of people trying to be seen and heard. And fair enough, we all want to be seen and heard. We all want validation, don't we? And yeah, and I think you might have noticed, if you watch my channel, you might have noticed that over the past like few weeks or so, I haven't really been posting as much content, as many reviews as I normally do. I haven't done the community channel in a while. Not the community. I haven't done the live reactions in a while. Just things haven't been as active. Now that's partly due to the fact that I've got more hours in my main job, because I've decided it's time to get a bit more income. Cost of living and all that, it's difficult. So yeah, did that. I'm still doing this, but I feel like my heart is less in it than it used to be. My passion for it is less, and I think I'm just a bit worn down at the moment, and maybe it'll come back round. I've just actually finished reacting to a really, really nice album and really enjoyed myself listening to it. But there's just a few things that keep cropping up. As I've been doing this over the years, they keep cropping up, and they're things that I'm starting to get frustrated with. So one of them is the fact that nobody's listening to each other. Even me in some ways. We're all so eager to be heard and to be listened to and to get our points across that we forget to listen to others. And I always say at the end of each video, in a world where everyone wants to be heard and no one's doing the listening, be the one that does the listening. Because I think that's a really important aspect of being an artist. And there's so many artists out there, and so many of you perhaps on my channel as well, and myself included as an artist. When I reflect on it, I think, how often am I actually like listening to someone before I try and shove my music down their throat? And I don't know, I'm getting a bit tired of posting all these videos and having subscribers on this channel who are also artists, and there being no interaction. Nobody. I tried to create a community here of independent artists that would support each other. So what have I got? Like over 3,000 subscribers currently. And I was kind of hoping that a pool of those 3,000 would be actively like, hey, welcome to this community. We are all artists who are also trying to be heard. Here's what I thought of your album. Here's what I thought of your song. Would you mind going to my YouTube video, my reaction, my song or whatever, and giving me some feedback on that as well? And I was hoping for some kind of like conversations to be happening within these videos. But a lot of the time, I just get an artist who gets a review, give them my thoughts and opinions. A few people watch it, and then that video dies. It's not used for anything much. Some artists ask me personally to just give them a review so that they can improve their craft, and that's fine. I get that. I massively get that, because I would love that too, just someone to give their opinion, because sometimes when you ask close friends and family, they'll say, oh yeah, it's amazing, but they don't have that in-depth insight into what makes the music good, where it could be improved. And if your friends and family thought it was that good, they'd be listening to it all the time. And I know with my own friends and family, they're not listening to my music. So I was hoping for maybe a bit more interconnectivity between people, and maybe that's me. Maybe I haven't fostered that conversation well enough, or done enough to try and keep these artists, or to explain to them that they need to be promoting each other. Because the best promotion of other artists comes through friends telling other friends, or, about an artist, give this guy a try, listen to this, just doing a little short post on Threads, or hopefully not Twitter, but you get the idea. That's so important. And I have had artists on this channel meet other artists and do work together, collaborate with each other, support each other, and that is incredible. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I love. But I'm not feeling that much of a call. There are a few artists on this channel that get that, and they are there, and they are commenting on a lot of the videos. They are asking me to listen to theirs. They are actively talking to other artists in the community and praising them for their work, hitting each other up. And there's been collaborations and features with each other because of me. That's incredible. I love that. So yeah, that's one thing that annoys me. Another thing that annoys me is that recently, and maybe it's just been a string of unfortunate events, but recently I've done a few reviews on this channel where I thought I'd given my honest insight, been overall kind of positive, been constructive, and because I didn't give the right review, they thought that I hated their music, and I did a horrible review. On Fiverr you get stars for reviews, and recently I got a 1-star review just because I said I didn't want to give an actual rating to the album, because the album itself didn't call for a rating. The music itself wasn't bad, but because I didn't see the artist's vision through the music, they got very hurt by that and gave me a 1-star review. This this happens every now and then, and usually I'm fine with it, because you are going to get artists that aren't mature enough as an artist to accept that there are going to be people out there that don't get your music or don't understand it, or perhaps just want to give you some feedback about it, or they saw it in this certain way. And I want to say to those artists, there are people out there who aren't going to like your music, and you have to be okay with that. There are going to be people out there who see your music differently to how you envisioned it, and that's okay too. The whole point of art is that it's subjective, and we take from it what we like. Yeah. And it's something myself, about, I'd say maybe 6 years ago, 6 years and back, of way 6 years and back. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands, but anyway, I would struggle to take criticism from people. Like, I'd have my wife saying like, "Oh, this is really good, but at this one point, I don't like the way you've said that word or whatever," and I'd take it really personally, and I'd feel my inner rage bubbling because of it, and I was like, "Well, you know, you're wrong," or something, or I just feel embarrassed, and it's a horrible feeling to have something criticized and receive it. Yeah. But if you're going to ask someone to review something where their review title says, give an honest review of your music, do not put in your request for to ask for it to be a positive review, or to ask for me to view it in a certain way. Give me a bit of background about the project so I can understand it better. Fine. But do not ask me to deliberately be something for a review, because that is not genuine. That's just me feeding the fake internet machine that is out there, and that's something I really try not to do. There's always going to be bias in everything that we do in this world, isn't there? But I try, and I pride myself on the fact that I am honest. Now, some people take honest as mean. Honest isn't mean. Honest is honest, and there's honest and there's mean honest. Yeah. And you'll find a lot of the mean honest reviewers are doing it either for attention, or are just saying something nasty about the music because they don't have the intelligence to verbalize their criticism of the music in a constructive way. And I don't know, sometimes when I'm listening to music, I might not show the most happy face all the time. I'll be like that engaged. I might be sitting back and chilling. I might be closing my eyes and listening. I might just be staring off, because what do you guys do when you listen to music? Are you always just like wide awake, staring at a screen, reacting to music? No, we experience music in different ways, and our faces, our expressions, they can tell a lot, but they also don't mean everything. So that was another thing as well. Like when reviewing music, like if my face isn't the perfect thing, then yeah. And this isn't specifically about one person. It's about a few artists that I've had gripes with in the past, who almost feel like really butthurt about the fact that I gave them criticism and maybe didn't enjoy the music as much as they would have liked, or I didn't say my review in the way that they wanted it to be. Not everyone can picture your music the way you picture it in your head, and you can't be like, oh, you didn't understand that this is like the growth of a human going through depression from track 1 to 5, and then their like recovery towards the end. You just didn't picture that when you listened to it. How could you not picture that? It's like, well, we experience music in different ways. I experienced it different to the person, and that's what I love about music, is our experiences are so different. So yeah, I need help really, because I want to grow a community that supports each other as artists, but is also open and honest and gives actually constructive feedback to each other about their music, and isn't just like, I hated it, I loved it. So there's that, and I just want people to actually engage with each other, to listen to each other, to provide feedback for each other, because the way that you build yourself as an artist comes from your conversations with others, your reputation online. If you're just posting a link to your Spotify music continuously, without giving anything back, then yeah, it's gonna fall flat. And that's another thing I see from artists as well, is that they'll post their song and 5 people will listen to it, and they'll go, well, nobody likes my music. 5 people listen to it. I didn't get any comments. Nobody likes it. And it's not true, is it? We're in an age of so much content out there, and you have to try and push it. You have to try and push it out. So I don't know. I think there's a reluctancy from a lot of artists. They expect to release their magnum opus into the world, and the world will just receive it, and you'll be catapulted to stardom. And there's a lot of giving up in music because someone will try one song and nobody hears it. But it's like, if you don't push the food on the plate in front of the customer, how are they going to eat it and enjoy it? They can't. So yeah, if I cooked a delicious dinner, but then I'd left it in this room here, and I'd be like, why isn't my wife eating my food? Why isn't my son eating my food? It's because it's in the shed here and I haven't given it to anyone. It's harder to give it to people. There's a giant algorithm there, and the algorithm will push things that are interesting and entertaining. And we have to create a lot of content, and a lot of music is about making shorts and TikToks and everything. And that's the way it is. So yeah, my other gripe there, I guess, if I'm wrapping things up, is that artists are giving up, which means that there's a lack of conversation, because someone will get a review from me, but then you'll never hear from them again because they've given up. So yeah, I just want a bit more interconnectivity too. I've been at gigs, like I've played gigs for a band, Times Too Fast. They're called, really good pop punk band, which you should check out. I've been at gigs where there's been about 5 or 6 bands playing, almost like a kind of mini festival. But no real people showed up. It was only really the bands were there. So there were a few bands that would watch the other bands and support the other bands. But the rest of the bands that were there, they didn't bother listening to the other bands that were there. They just went off and sat outside the venue, or in the back room. So how are you supposed to support each other if you can't listen to each other's music as bandmates, as artists? And even one of the bands went on stage and moaned about the fact that there were no audience there. Well, the audience was probably the bands that were there, and you could have got a fan from one of the bands there if you didn't moan about the fact that no one was listening to your music and nobody had showed up. Well, this is how you get people to show up, and this is how you can start making fans. It's by asking other artists to listen to your music and give you feedback, and taking that feedback honestly. Yeah. And here's another thing as well. You don't have to take all my feedback on board. If I say this bit sounds unusual to me production wise, you have every right to just leave it as it is. Or not learn from it and carry on doing the same thing. It is whatever, but don't be hurt and argue when someone doesn't have the same experience that you had listening to your music, because that's just wrong. I'm ranting and I'm going all over the place. My brain is all over the place at the moment, but the main gist of it is that I'm kind of losing my love for this, because I feel like I am tiring myself out listening to so much music that even my passion for music is kind of dwindling, because of the engagement, really. Yeah, so that's my 20-minute rant. Wow, okay. Yeah, if you want to tell me in the comments how you feel about that, that'd be great. If you want to say anything in the comments about how maybe you're going to try harder to, listen to one of my reactions, or go and check out one of the artists, I've done over like 1,000 videos now. check out some of their songs. You know, that would be amazing. Engagement helps drive channels. So if you comment on my next reaction video and that artist replies to that comment, and then maybe another one of you did, guess what's going to happen to that video that has comments on it? YouTube's going to push it. More people are going to hear it. So yeah, don't just think about yourself when you're trying to promote your music. Think about others. Listen to 3 other artists. Say how great you found their music. Ask them to check out yours and give you some feedback. Go the old MySpace route. Pick comment for pick comment, but listen for listen. Yeah, stream for stream. You can't just expect the world to come to you. Yeah. Help me ignite a passion back into this. And I'll be more likely to do more videos, I think. I know it's a very inconsistent channel. Thank you to my members of this channel. Thank you to all the people who come to the community live streams, who are there for my terrible technical issues, who support me even when I'm not consistent. You guys are incredible, and I want to keep doing things with you guys in the future. So let's hope that'll do. And now it feels so good to say hello, 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 hello. And now it feels so right to say I miss you, I love you. And God, it feels so good to say hello. God, it feels so good to say hello.
Bye, ladies and gentlemen.